What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, we're going to take the TCL 30XE 5G and I'm going to give you the first 30 tips and tricks with this phone. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So let's first go into the camera. Once you're in the camera, what you want to do next is hit that gear in the top right and where it says shutter sound, turn that off so that when you take a photo, not everyone knows that you're taking a photo. If you put an SD card in, because if you didn't know, you can put a micro SD card in this phone and add an external storage. This is where you could change it. You could tap on that and choose external storage, and then you'd be good with that. Hit your home button, go back to the main screen of the phone. So you're on your home screens, press and hold on a blank spot, and you're gonna see wallpapers. Tap that. This is how you can easily change your wallpaper. You can go into your photos or your recently used stuff and get away with changing your wallpaper if you want to. So you can choose here and like, hey, you know what? I really like this flower and I want to make that my wallpaper. Let me go back into that. I like this flower. And you can, is it going to let me? No, it's not going to let me. So we're going to set it for both, for instance. And there you go. That is now my background. If you like that, if you like something like that, you can do that really, really easily. Going back in here, you can also go to themes. Themes are going to allow you to choose the way your icons look differently. You can do a round style or a freestyle, and that's pretty much it. And you can just hit apply next to it and it will take effect. Going back here, you have widgets. If you want to add widgets, which are just apps that sit on top of your display, like maybe you want, for instance, you want weather. So I'm going to pull this weather one. You click and drag, let go where you're ready, and then it'll just go right there and you'll be able to use that widget. Going back in here, home settings is the next one. If you're coming from an iPhone and you want to use home screens only, you can do it right there. Now I have home screens only. All my apps are on the home screen. I don't have to go swiping up to see the rest of my apps. So it can be pretty helpful if you want it that way. Otherwise, just leave it at home and drawer. Let's go back into home settings. You have your home screen grid. If you want your icons to be bigger or smaller, you can tap right here and you'll see what it will look like by cycling through them. I like mine usually pretty big, so I will choose, we'll do, actually we'll do this one. We'll just leave it at that, hit apply, and it'll make those bigger. Going back into home settings, fill empty cells. So if you delete an app, it will, sometimes there's a space between the two apps on your home screen. Like say if I moved this or something, I see it already did it, but ultimately instead of leaving that gap, it'll just put them all back in a row. So it kind of helps out with that, with fill empty cells. Go back in here. You also have your Google feed. This is your, whoops, I turned it off, but this is your Google feed when you swipe over. I like having that there, so I keep that on. I would recommend leaving it on, but if you don't, then you can turn it off. This is your Google feed. Very helpful stuff. There's news in there, relevant search information that it, kind of tracks you to let you know what's going on. Recent apps, you can display recently used applications in the drawer, and that shows at the top right here, right there. I like having that on, but you can turn that off if you just want it to be showing only your apps and not apps that you recently used. Add icons to home screen. Anytime you add download a new app, it'll automatically add it to your home screen. App icon badges. Select how to show icon badges when apps receive notifications. All that means is when you get a notification, there'll be a little, a little bubble or a number right there next to the specific app. Swipe up so that you see all your apps, or what it's called your app drawer. Hit the top right and sort these by name if they're not already. Otherwise, you can sort by usage or installation or by icon color. Next, if you swipe down with two fingers, you'll see your quick toggles and your notifications. If you swipe down once, you'll just see some of your quick toggles and some of your notifications. And if you swipe down again, you'll see all of your quick toggles. So it's just a quick way to swipe down with two fingers to see everything all at once. Let's go to the gear in the top right and let's go into Wi-Fi. And then let's go into Wi-Fi preferences. Open network notifications, turn that off. That's going to stop you from getting notifications on your phone anytime a new open network is available. Turn on Wi-Fi automatically, keep that on. Basically, it's going to connect you anytime you've connected to a Wi-Fi network multiple times, such as the Wi-Fi network at your family's house, your friends, your coworkers, your work, where you work, any of that stuff. It'll automatically turn your Wi-Fi on. Back to the main screen of settings, what you want to do is go into home screen and lock screen next. And in here, not only can change your wallpapers and your themes like we showed earlier, your default home app. If you have a different launcher, you can come in here, say maybe you use Nova or something, you can click in there and choose it really quickly. You also have your home settings, which we've already done. Lock screen style, come in here and you can choose either classic or classic or TCL style. So currently this is your lock screen, but if you wanted to, you could choose this and this is what it would look like. So it looks a little bit different. So you just choose the one that you like. Next, we have notifications on the lock screen. You can either show all your notifications, hide the information, or don't show any notifications. So it's up to you. I like showing it all. I'm not worried about it, but if you just wanted to see who the notification was from, but you don't want to see the message, you hide sensitive notification information. Next, you have wake screen for notifications. If you're coming from an iPhone, it's a big thing on there. So you can turn this on. So anytime you get a notification, if your screen's off, it'll automatically turn on. It's going to use more battery life, but also it might alert you if you have a notification better. Back to the main screen of settings, go into display. You can change your brightness. You can change your dark light mode brightness as well. You can turn on adaptive brightness. That way, if you turn this on or off, it's going to set it so that if you're in a dark environment or bright environment, the screen will adjust to that. You can go into dark mode and set a schedule if you want by hitting that, or just turn it on all the time. You have your sleep. I like setting this to 2 minutes, so that's what I would recommend to set it to. Refresh rate, change it to 90 Hertz if it doesn't already do it, or you can set it to 60, you'll get better battery life, but I would still do 90. It's going to help your overall experience. You can also do smart refreshing, but ultimately I would choose 90. You also have your font size. If you like something a little bit bigger on the font, you can do that here. And then hit the back button and it'll make that go there. Status bar. If you want, you can show your network speeds up here if you're into that thing. So it'll show how fast you're connected. You can go to battery percentage in the top right. You can have it do not show anything. Or you can have it show inside the battery, the number, or you can have next to the battery. I like it next to the battery. I like it to stand out. Back to the main screen of settings, you're gonna see NXT Vision. You probably turned this on during setup, but if you didn't turn it on, basically it automatically enhances images, contrast, sharpness, and dark detail, same as video game enhancement. Turn that stuff on. Color mode changes to vivid, so you get these crazy bright, vivid colors. And that's probably all the world. Oh, sunset display, increase the readability under sunlight. I would turn that on as well. Go into sounds and vibration. If you're looking to control any of your volumes, they're all right here. You also have your silent mode, but ultimately you can come in here and change your notification ringtones, your phone ringtones, your alarm ringtones, and also go into more settings if you want to turn some of these sounds off, such as touch sounds. You can turn those off, vibrate on touch, power on sounds. I turn basically all these off, but you can leave them on or turn them on as you wish. Back to the main screen of settings, go into buttons and gestures, click on gestures, and you can see you can do a 3-finger screenshot, swipe down with 3 fingers simultaneously to take a screenshot. So if we go like this, there you go, it takes a screenshot, very helpful for that. And if you want to turn on split mode screen, which basically does multitasking, swipe up with 3 fingers. Not all apps will do it, but some apps will, and it's a quick way to go into 2 apps at once. So we'll try that with the Google Play Store, swipe up with 3 fingers, and there you go. You can choose another app really quickly to do multitasking with. So this obviously does multitasking. You can do 2 apps at once, watch a video, play a game, go on a website, turn it this way, and you can go that way as well. Make one of these windows bigger or smaller. Under buttons and gestures, next go to power key. Quick launch camera, turn that on. If you double press this power button, you'll automatically launch the camera from wherever you are. You could have the screen off and double press it and it launches your camera, or you could be on your home screen or within an app and double press it and it'll open up your camera. So definitely turn that on. Under advanced features, there's a bunch of stuff in here such as remote lock, and you can send yourself a text message if you lost your phone to remote lock it. You have game mode. A lot of the stuff I'd recommend to turn on is already turned on, or at least it should be if you want. Like you can hide your games on home and app drawer just within the game launcher if you want by turning that on. You can also, what else I'd turn on? Game Turbo. It makes the best performance for playing games. It will also increase the power consumption. So if you're a big gamer, especially kind of higher end games, definitely turn on Game Turbo. This is a cool one, Smart App recommends. So after connecting a headset or speakers, recommend suitable applications on the launcher according to your habits. So you can turn that on or off. That can be pretty helpful. You also have the ability for your one-handed mode. If you have a smaller hand, you can change these, turn this on, and makes things a little bit smaller when you use them. You can set up multiple users. So if you have a kid or you're just sharing the phone with somebody, you can come into multiple users, turn it on, and set up a brand new user so that you both don't see the same information that might be private to another person. Smart Manager allows you to kind of clean up your phone a little bit. You can go into auto start and turn off certain apps that might boot up when you turn your phone on. You can also do battery and clear some things up, or turn on battery saving modes. You also have your memory to clear up apps that are using your memory. Notifications, you can turn those on and off for certain apps. Biometrics and security, come in here and you can add, you can change your screen lock if you want, but ultimately what's important to you is probably this and this, which is face unlock and fingerprint. Come in here, add more fingerprints, or same thing with face unlock. In face unlock though, I do want to mention that where it says stay on lock screen after unlocking, turn that off. When it unlocks the phone with your face, it'll automatically go to your home screen rather than you having to swipe up to go to the home screen after it unlocks it with your face. Next, go into apps, go into default apps. This is where you can change any of your default apps. So if you downloaded another browser outside of Chrome, you can come here and choose it. Same thing with your home apps and your digital assistant apps. Any of these apps that you use, you can change the default ones if you have one already downloaded. Lastly, go into system, and if you want to update your phone, you can come into system update. It'll check for updates. It's checking right now. And if you have an update, you can download and install the update.